So I want to do a couple other quick little notes about the Kemper Profiling amplifier and primarily what it can do with clean sounds. Now, I have a custom amplifier, which is this Little Dog is the name of the company. It's a manufacturer out in California. And this is the front end of a deluxe, like a Tweed Deluxe. That's a 5E3, maybe. And the back end of an old Champ is the basic circuit there. And so one of the things that I really like about deluxe amps is that you can get this sort of creamy. That's just the Now this is a sound that I modeled earlier today when I could be plenty loud. And one of my goals as an electric guitar player is to get this kind of woody sort of, this kind of woody, kind of baritone sort of sound. I really like this. And I got it by using these really low gain settings on the Little Dog Mutt. And I really like the way the Kemper handles this very low gain kind of sound, because this is the kind of sound that I find that emulators have the most troubles getting. They can usually get like a full-on rock out kind of distorted sound, but they have troubles with this. And yet I really like the way the Kemper feels. Now, one of the things about the Kemper is that it can almost be too good sounding. And I know that's like one of those really oh, it sounds too good. Oh, I like to have a little in my sound because the sound is too good this way. It's nonsense. There's a very, very nice Fender Bassman, like a 59 reissue, oddly, in it. Oh, wait, I think I even have it as a somewhere. Yeah, it's this. And boy, it does sound nice. One thing about a real amplifier, though, which maybe is mostly because of my incompetent playing, is that it doesn't sound complete. A real amplifier doesn't sound completely even, completely across the. There'd be some note in there that would bark at you a little bit more. And yet, the Kemper's own Fender 59 Bassman reissue patch, or rig as they call it, is really smooth across the whole range of it. Now that might not be something that that might just be a thing that you sort of notice after playing guitar for a little while, that, oh wow, that it really doesn't bark at you. And maybe there are actually some amps that are just so smooth that they never do. But I do feel like I never have to compensate for it at all, and musically, I feel like it does a little something. So I came up with some other sounds that have a little bit more to them. I don't know. Now this again is the Little Dog, the Little Dog Mutt, which is one of mine. But of course, it doesn't actually bark at me that much. Maybe the G string. This is all with the neck pickup. This is with both pickups and everything dimed on the guitar itself. So that's the little dog turned way the heck down. Now, one of the other fun sort of sounds that a deluxe does is that sort of unhinged kind of sound, and this amp actually has a switch that makes it a little more unhinged, and I don't actually know what the thing does, but I was thinking I just wanted that sort of like Neil Young, like completely like a... And that just sort of amused me. And so that's a sound where I've turned it almost all the way up on both channels, backed it off a little bit. And it gives you a nice sort of unhinged sound when you need it to be unhinged. And so that's another nice profile that I got. I've also got a clean sound that I did with this other custom amplifier, which is a JTM45, a 65 JTM45 clone. And boy, listening to it now, I have a different thought about this, but one of the things about this rig, and one of the things about the Kemper Profiler that I kind of dig, is that your effects can go after the amp. And normally in a live situation, I like to put like delays and stuff in front of the amp because that way the snare drum doesn't get into them, if you know what I mean. You know, all the other garbage from the rest of the band. Yes, I did just accuse the rest of the band of playing garbage, but all their other sounds that they make don't end up going through my delay. If I put a delay on the microphone that's put in front of the amplifier, you'd get snare drum in it. So normally I like to use one of these, where is it? It's an MXR carbon copy, which is really pretty nice. But I was reading once where somebody was saying that David Gilmour actually has a setup where he's got like his high watt amps, and then he also has a little bit of I think that it's a Yamaha Leslie that he uses. And I kind of like the idea of just being able to go through a Leslie, but not at full tilt. And so I've got this very nice Strymon Lex, and it records and sounds on stage really like an actual Leslie. It does a nice job. You'll never get something that'll actually sound in the room like a Leslie, because if you stand in front of a Leslie cabinet, you can actually hear it go. But a recording of a Leslie cabinet, you can do pretty well, and the Strymon does a nice job. And I thought I would get one of these kind of fancy pants, this one control Mosquite blender, so that I could have a little bit of Leslie, but not all the way. It never really worked. This particular sound, this Celtic clean sound that I've got, has a little bit of the Kemper Profiler's Leslie, what they call a rotating speaker, and also a little bit of its Univibe. And I kind of dig not having a full-on Univibe sound. Here, let's play with it. So here we can turn the Univibe all the way up and really get a whole bunch of it. And we can do the same thing with the rotary, so we can get a real And it's cool. I dig it. But sometimes you don't need all of that. And it's nice to be able to back it off in the mix so you get a little bit of that just filling up in the lower mids and doing the kinds of things that you want it to do, but without it actually going all the way out and doing it. Exit. Exit. There. So those are a couple clean sounds that I sort of dig. But it can also just do, like, here's a nice deluxe dirty sound that's just. And I really like the way it's got that nice growl at the bottom without too many angry bees up at the top, which is really one of my big complaints about modern high gain amps is the angry bees. And I also like that it backs off nicely. Like that's almost a clean sound. And yet that really, fills it in with a lot of girth there at the bottom. For more amusing things, I've got a little bit more unhinged. This is with the JTM 45. Quietly like that. You can tell that I've got a little bit of univibe happening and a little bit of rotary speaker Leslie-ness happening. So I kind of, if you're not the sort of player who's constantly adjusting slightly, this is something close to perfect. But you got great sort of this isn't the sort of sound I would use very much. It's a pretty nice lead sound though, if you really want to go crazy with it. And it'll also do very sort of now you'll notice that with these very heavily distorted sounds, it doesn't, the different pickup positions that you use don't make as big a difference. So I'm just flipping back and forth here, and it's not, you can hear it, but it's not. If we go to a nice, that's clearly a bridge sort of sound, and that's clearly a neck sort of sound. And here's a nice combination of the two. What I'm calling default puddle duck for no real good reason. That's a jack together sound on the Little Dog Mutt. But Dog 2 is one of my favorite sounds today. And that's a very dry sort of sound. I gotta say, the reverb on board actually sounds pretty nice. And to just give you a tiny little bit of space. It wouldn't make that big a difference in the mix. But it does sound a little bit more like you actually had an amp in the room for it. One other thing I wanted to say is I have the ability to cheat here, but I'm not cheating today. The Kemper Profiler is going straight into this scarlet interface up here, and my microphone is going into the other side of that, and I'm muting my microphone in between, but I'm not doing it. I'm not muting it live. I mean, I'm muting it when I mix it. But I'm not using, say, a nice Neve mic preamp, which honestly, it's not going to do a huge difference in the sound, but it would do a little something, give you a little something. So that's just some more notes about the Kemper Profiling amp. And the sort of things that I like about it and how it works out for me. And honestly, I'm not playing with my tube amps so much anymore, mostly because of volume levels, but I can't be unhappy with this sound because this is what I'm going for. Now, of course, if you listen to some of our stuff, I'm definitely playing like... Oh, that actually sounds kind of nice opened up that way. Thanks for listening.